Well, here we are out in the old Southern workshop. There's my three-legged chair, table I was talking to you about on the phone last night, Popeye. Nothing fancy about it, as I was talking about earlier. Remember when I was waiting for the guy to come? Just a straight 10-minute job on the lathe. If I can get one of those legs off to put in the copier. So that's what I'm going to attempt to do now. Well, this guy thought he had troubles before he came here. Wait until we see what he's going to have before he leaves. What it is, it's a mortise and tenon. Well, actually, it's a like a ship lap, like it's half lap. They cut. What's the tenon? It's the tongue. They cut it out of they just split it in half here. And of course, they just got a straight groove going right through the leg. See this piece of the leg left on here. And it's open on the bottom as well as the top. And this one is open on the bottom because she broke off at the leg here. So I'm going to try to knock that skirt down out of there. And we'll see what happens. Well, I know one thing already. That wood's soft. Those mortises on this side are right through, or the tenons, or whatever the hell the tongues are. They're right through. On the bottom, they're not. I'll come in closer and show you in a minute. They come right, the two skirts meet. So up, down from the top, about 1.5 inches, they go all the way through. There ain't no way am I going to knock them out. So I'm going to have to make a goddamn template of this leg. Oh. This is the top of the table right here. And the leg goes this way. This is going down to the bottom. So you see these meet right inside, look. Whammo. Like that. You got your opening here. And I think this did come over and meet. No, it didn't. It's cut square, for Christ's sakes. Now the thing is, if I don't get another one off, I'm going to have fun getting... Now I go like that and then put her in. I might cut this right off here. Cut that off. Cut that off. Just leave her so I can get the other leg in. I don't see if how I'm going to pull that out. I'm going to maybe pat around with the hammer a little bit. Off camera, of course. I don't want you to see what I'm about to do, maybe. I might have to end up turning 4 legs. If I turn 4 legs, just would make 4 skirts to it. Now what they've done here, they laminated 2 pieces of wood together to make the legs. At the flats down here, it's a full 2 inches. And to the best of mine, as much as I know about wood, they got a piece of walnut here and a piece of maple on here. Walnut and maple. And this is facing the outside this way. On the other sides, they're facing all out to the corners. You see the way this one is? So it's a pattern that they have established this way by doing it. So I got a maple and I got walnut. Of course, I don't know what a piece of 100-year-old walnut might feel like. I guess it's light, dry. There's nothing to it. I'd almost have a tendency to think it's more of a mahogany. By the time it gets stained up and blackened up and stripped and everything else done to it, we'll be able to blend it in. He can, that's not my job, I ain't doing that. Well, I got a piece of maple and a piece of walnut. You have 3 inches to that knot. Oh, 30 inches to it anyway, so there you go. I'm going to cut a piece of maple up there now. Trim that piece of walnut up. And taking a close look over there, I see that they went with maple, walnut, maple. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to glue all 3 pieces together like so. This is 2.5 now, so I'll take a quarter off of the maple here and a quarter off the maple here, and I end up with a 2-inch piece with a piece of 7/8 walnut in the middle. Okay, I got a blinking light going on there, which means my battery's getting low. So we'll be killing that one off pretty soon. Get me another one. And we're going to slap it to her here. If you use that glue, I think it's going to be pretty hard to make it invisible when you're using 2 different colors of wood, isn't it? See, if the glue is too thick, you got glue between the wood.
Can't get it out?
I got the old one off, but I'm not going to take a chance of busting the other one. Play around with the lathe. I think I'm going to better put that table right in it, intact as sits.
I wonder who you were talking to.
So there we go. Let that sit for a little while, and bring her down to 2 1/16. Got another job to do in the meantime, though, so we'll watch that. Well, here we go. Start doing shit once, and you got to do shit again. Woo! Busted. What do you do when you bust it? And you know you're a man. How come they won't turn? What the hell they got in there? They would be square, would they? No, they were round. Yeah. Where that goddamn glue, where it holds, and where it don't hold, it don't hose, eh? Well, that's easy. Here. The bolts going out through them. In the back too, but not in the front too, just little tacks. So, if I'm going to rebuild this whole chair, it's going to be a different story, isn't it? There's a nail there. Oh, they pinned the dowels. Well, I couldn't get the whole piece in the lathe because the lathe's too close to the wall. So I locked her up here in the vise, and I pity-patted, and pity-patted, and pity-patted, and patty-pittered, and drove her off over the gizmo there. You can see that one better, maybe. Excuse my back. That's what we got here now. This is still some piece of wood there. She slid off pretty good. This here, this is the top I mean, this is the top, this is the bottom, the leg comes up here, the leg goes that way. She's flat here. And the back in here is mortise is back another 1/4 of an inch. This here is cut at a 45 degree. So when the two goes right together, so I would assume you take when you take the legs, you're going to see in and out. You won't see out, of course, but the tenons go right through, so that the skirts actually lock up and touch each other. So now I took off this one here. This is the missing. You can't see that. I'm not backed up enough, am I? This was the missing leg right here. So I took off this good leg with this piece of skirt still attached. You see? You see? This is the good leg I took off with the skirt attached to it. And just cracked her a little bit down there. A crack along a wood, like the wood crack, no glue joint crack. The wood crack. So I just opened her up with the chisel on the top, poured some glue in her. Now I got her clamped and I can't see it. What I'm going to try now is to get that old glue off there the way you were saying. Of course, you know, buddy there, guy that owns this, he don't know I took that leg off, or he won't know. So let's just put it back on. Anyway, old way, any old way. And that way when this leg falls off, I have another job to do by and by, won't I? My luck you do such a good job on staining it that you think this is the leg that I turned. Lord Jesus, stinks like, smells like hair burning. My gouge, my gorge, my rasp, that's it, and roughen that up. Well, I ain't taking this, no need to take, oh no, this is the original leg, isn't it? I'm going to cut that off. But I won't cut this one off. That's a bonus he's getting. He's getting one leg put back on proper. Or not proper. Proper at first start, but getting one leg put back on with new glue, I should say. So the glue I'm putting on there now will last another 100 years. By Jesus, there ain't going to be anybody around here bitching, is there? That'd be all we got. Well, there's no more curling going on. Good, son, I'm ready. That one's ready to go back on. That crack was, I think it was down this side here. Gone. Well, taking her out of the clamps, and I got my sandwich made up. Maple, walnut, and maple. Got her run through the planer, got her down to 2 1/16 square. Now we'll turn her and see what happens. Yeah, what I did, I left the camera on, I went and answered the phone. So I don't know what that looked like. But anyway, that was what you call time-lapse photography. came on every 30 seconds and took a couple or 3 or 4 frames. I forget now which. So you should have seen it put together or come out in pieces. Took my time, took me a little longer than what I would normally take, because it's pretty skinny in the center there, and it's 30 inches long. So I didn't want to hook the center rests up. So probably took me 10 or 15 minutes to turn it out. But it's an exact copy. Now, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to scratch her up with the sandpaper. That was all turned at 1 speed, all high speed. I think it's 30. I'll be lying to you if I told you. I don't know. I think it's 3700. I got to put a groove in here. Take that apron lip, that pennant, or just a mortise, whatever. I got one pass made and I just dropped the router down. I put a straight guide on here, like I wasn't going to set it up in the table or set my shaper up with a straight cutter in it just to make 2 grooves in 1 leg, so I'll do it this way. There we go. One there, one there. Alrighty. Now we'll tester on one. My Galdo Aldo. She feet perfect. Be a bugger to cut the wrong size, wouldn't it? This one then goes in this one. Yes, sir, Harry. That's her. I'm gonna glue her up and get my clamps, put her on there, and suck her together. Well, Harry, here we go. It's all back together and looking pretty good. I must say so myself. I'm just curious myself, so this is not part of the deal here, but I'm just going to start darkening up, blackening up that leg for the guy. It might be a couple of days before he gets here and picks it up, or ever how long, so I'll keep blackening her. If you sanded these down or just stripped them, they're nice and smooth. Nice and smooth. They're real smooth. Anyway, there you go. Now to me this is a piece of shit. It's not much of a table. Like until I seen it, you know, I was thinking of some nice big fancy 4-inch leg and do. That's just a straightforward, yeah, 2-inch wooden dowel as far as I'm concerned. So I'm only going to charge him $45 for what he got there. If he ain't happy with that, piss on him. I told him it would be, I said the minimum I'll charge you would be $45, anywhere from 45 on up when he came with it last night. So I had no difficulties or no problems or anything with it. So as far as I'm concerned, 45 is good enough. Well, here we are in March the 4th. I mean, that's a Ford, and it's March the 4th, yeah. I don't know if you've seen any pictures of this before or not. That's Doug's old Ford LTD there that he's got it all fixed up and ready to go for a safety now. It's a beautiful day here today. So it's going to be in the 60s all this week. This is Wednesday, well through to the weekend anyway. It's going to stay in the 60s. Grass is starting to green up a little bit. Buds are starting to come out on the trees, and as we'll see shortly, some of the flowers and that are starting to pop up out of the ground. Well, I sent any pictures down of this before. The door on the right there goes into the dressing room that I'm making. As you can see, I don't have the seat on there yet. And the door on the left goes into the sauna. This is inside the change room. There's the weight machine there. And the timer's up on the wall for the waterers. And I gotta put benches. I got them all framed out, and I gotta put cedar on these benches here yet. For when you come out of the sauna or out of the pool, you can lay down and relax a little bit. I don't know how good you're gonna, so you don't freeze to death out here in the rest of the room. This is the inside of the sauna. I guess it'll get pretty dark in here. All cedar, all the way around, ceiling and all. The upper bench, and where it's really hot, and then the lower bench goes up to 170 to 190 degrees in there. The buds and the buds coming out on the fruit trees already. I don't know what it'll show up like in the picture now, but all the little spruce trees there, that's all Alberta spruce. They're as green can be. Do you know anybody who wants a hen or a chick? A whole mess of them. Sorry about that. I almost dropped the camera. Well, there's the results of a day's work here. There's a bunch of panels, and over here there's a bunch of center panels. There's 8 doors here now. Cut up 8 6-panel doors. Complete with panels. All 6/4 stop. And by golly, we're going to have another tape, because I got my tape end sign flashing.